In V3.7, we're going to construct a precedence graph, identifying the critical path and identifying my earliest start times, latest finishing times, and float go by way. Quite a comprehensive question. Now, you'll notice that both A and B start from scratch. They have no predecessors. So I'm just going to put A branching up to the left, and then B branching down to the right. Now, you'll notice that activity C only requires A, so I'll put that up in this branch. B flows on to two different activities, D and F. So B, I'll be putting immediately after B, and that will flow on to activity E. So D, 7 units, and E will flow here 12. Now, B also is a predecessor of F, and you'll notice here that G flows on to the last activity, which is H, H6, and in this lower chain, G5. Now, I've had to put in this dummy linkage here because G requires both F and C for completion, but E requires D and C. There's a few slight variants of this to be topologically correct. I'm just going to sketch in some timekeeping boxes though. So starts at 0, obviously will be 0 as well. Now the top sequence here can only be 10. I've got down the bottom here 15. Now 15 to activity E start. We've got a bit of a choice here, 13 or 22. 22 must be the go. Now 22, 15, 22 and 0, 15 and 10 wins out, which is 25 down the bottom. 25 and 5 is 30, so this top branch wins out, which is a 34. And it must finish at 40. So I can identify my critical path as follows. Even though I've got that 25 in the bottom chain, the 34 means I'll branch like so. I can then quickly start filling in my latest finishing times, working backwards or backwards scanning. In the bottom chain, doing my subtractions here, 29 must be the go. And choice of 29 take 10, which is 19. Or 22 take 7, which is 15. Obviously that's on the critical path, that must win out. Now what I'll be doing in a moment is just working through these on the chart. Please take some time to analyse this, it is a little fiddly. Working these through, I quite often find it's easiest to put in my critical path components. That way I can actually work out the float times much more readily. So just recording these guys through. Now, as mentioned before, all the activities on the critical path, so H and E and D, all have float times of 0. The rest of it then becomes a subtraction, so 19 take 0, take 10, 9. 22 take 10, take 3, 9. 29 take 15, take 10, gives us 4. 34 take 25, take 5 will also give us 4 as we work through. 9 of course. Take some time to check that as you go. It is a little fiddly.